Hi guys, I'm Alan Kavorkov from BeTheClaw.com, and now that we got the formalities out of the way, my lucky crane has died. Well, it didn't actually die. But it's not working, and it'll take me too long to figure out what exactly is wrong with it. I tried to fix it, and it's a little bit more broken now than it started with. So um, I figured it was a good time to upgrade. So I got a Grayhound. I'm sure are familiar with these machines. Some of you have it. They are very popular. Parts are still available, and I think they are still in use in various places. So that was definitely a selling point. And one of the main reasons is that it's the only one that actually fits into my basement. Some of the cranes are a little too tall, a little too wide or deep. This was a perfect fit, so here it is. I bought it from East Coast Coin Up and Amusements in Coatesville, Pennsylvania. They're about an hour west of Philadelphia. Very nice company, very easy to deal with, good price, and I was very happy with the way things turned out. They delivered it to me exactly when they said they would, and it was just an overall very pleasant experience. So if you are on the East Coast and you are looking for a claw machine or um, any other arcade machine for that matter, check out East Coast Coin Up and Amusements. Links to their website and the Facebook page in description of this video. I know Matt3756 has already done an overview of his Greyhound. Mine is a little older, but it's pretty similar, and since I have it in my possession, I would like to give you a little tour as well. So join me and let's take a look at the Greyhound.
I have it set up in my basement since that's pretty much the only place I have room for it, and that's where my play area is. As you can see, it's in pretty decent shape. A few minor scratches and things here and there, but overall not too bad. The claw I have here is the one that you normally see in the treasure shop cranes where you win jewelry and treasure chests. The original one was a little smaller and a little bit more rounded. Definitely wouldn't be able to grab around the treasure chests. I added a little black zip tie around it to prevent the claw from closing too much, so to limit the overbite, because originally the overbite was a little too much. And sometimes the claw would get stuck and wouldn't open when it got back to the prize chute. There's a storage compartment here on the bottom where you can keep all the stuff that you're not currently using. And here's the access panel with the coin mechanisms. The two holes in there are for the coins to fall into the storage compartment if you have a coin box, which I don't, but I don't use coins anyway. So the counter here is 213,458. I picked it up with about 213,000, so I put on a little bit more than 400 plays so far. There's a black power supply in the back. It's a pretty standard one, and this crane has three boards, one main control board, and then there's one in the back there with the black relays, and the one on the left is the claw control board with its own power. I guess it's a transformer. The round white thing is the potentiometer that you use to adjust the claw. There should be two of them, but there's one that's been replaced with a regular resistor. A flip switch to turn the machine on and off if you're servicing it, and there's the cable that goes up to the display. That's pretty much it down here. Now, before I start filling the machine with gravel, I looked inside to make sure that there were no holes for the gravel to fall through, and I noticed that there is a hole for the cable to come up through for the display. So what I ended up doing is I bought some foam from Home Depot. It's called Great Stuff. It's basically a spray can with foam. So you just spray into the hole, and it fills up the hole very nicely, and then it dries up and hardens. And that's pretty much it. It's very easy and very effective. And here's the bag with gravel. This is actual claw machine gravel that I got with my Lucky Crane, so I'm just transferring it over to the Grayhound. Now we're going to spread it a little bit just so that the play field is nice and even. And here are the prizes. I'm sure you'll recognize some of the prizes in here from the Sugarloaf treasure shops. I have the treasure chests, and I have 30 plays on the clock, 15 seconds per play, although I'm not really sure what the point is. On up and across machines, I don't really see a point for the timer, but it has it. There are a couple of Betty Boop's watches and MP3 players and some other stuff that I won from Walmart and Kmart. So I'm trying for the treasure chest first because those are usually pretty easy for me. I missed, so I'm going to try again. Especially when I see them laying on the side, that's the first thing that I usually go for. Even if they have, most of the time they have pretty cheap jewelry in there, but you know, if I can get them in one or two tries, you know, it might be worth a shot in case there is an MP3 player, and I've won 5 MP3 players so far, if I'm not mistaken. I should mention that this claw is relatively weak, even though the machine is set on its highest strength setting. The previous owners have replaced one of the adjusters for the strength with a fixed resistor, so that the maximum strength is a little less than what it should be. And it's actually very, very similar, if not identical, to the strength on the Sugarloaf treasure shop cranes. I kind of like that because it makes it a lot more realistic, and it gives me a little bit more practice, so I can kind of see, you know, what tricks I can use to win some of the heavier items. The one that I just tried for was the treasure chest with an MP3 player, and it is, you know, heavier than other jewelry stuff, so it's a little more challenging. This watch just fell off. The tape on the treasure shop prizes definitely helps, especially in watches like that. Unfortunately, they don't put tape on the treasure chests, but understandably so, because they're generally easy to win on their own. They're perfect size for this type of claw. I may end up replacing the resistor in my machine with another adjuster, so that I can make it a little bit stronger for the plush, but I'm going to keep it the way it is right now, since it is more challenging, and that way I can practice and get a better feel for how to play Sugarloaf machines that are weaker than others. This machine acts pretty much exactly the same way as the Sugarloaf machines. You know, it's when you hit the top, it just stops and closes, so you got to be careful and make sure you center it perfectly. Not quite the best of grabs. This will probably fall out just like it does on Walmart machines. When it comes up to the top, it shakes, and anything that's not a perfect grab will fall out. Not a good one here, and maybe next time we might have better luck. Not quite. I'll do one more try. Hopefully I'll have a better grab on it. Yep, I think this should be it. That's exactly how you want to grab it, and I'm sure many of you already have won quite a few of these. If you were wondering what's in the box, I have, it's actually one of my own prizes. It's a box with a little like crystal figurine. It's like a swan or something. I'm not going to bother opening the box, but it was a good size for this treasure chest, so I just put that in there. but it's pretty light. MP3 players still give me some trouble, but I have won them, so it's definitely a possible. It's just not when it's sitting upright. And that's how I won this chain. I was trying for one thing, and the chain just happened to be in the way, and it was a freebie, so to say. Still cost 50 cents, but not too bad. Maybe. Nope, not quite a good grab. This will definitely fall out. Yep. There it goes. Let's see if we can try for that smaller. That small treasure chest I won in another machine, purely by accident. It was way too small. The claw was way too big for the size of this treasure chest, but I just lucked out. And it might be too small for this claw as well. I have won it in my other crane, but in this one, it just takes some time. You know, it's definitely doable, but this one shakes a lot more when it gets to the top. So things, unless they're nicely secured like the larger treasure chests, this one falls right out. My other crane was definitely easier to win stuff from, because the claw was, even though it wasn't adjustable, it was definitely a lot stronger, and it didn't. The claw swayed around, but it didn't shake nearly as violently when it got to the top, because it had a much softer landing at the top there. Yeah, I'll try one more time, and I think I'll move on to the next item. See if I can win the other Betty Boop watch that I won from Walmart. Yep, we got in the loop, so I think this might be a good one. Yep. Won it exactly the same way at Walmart. Just first try, just by the tape. Let's see what else we got. I think I will try for the bear back there, but yeah, he's a little too far back, and the claw can't really reach behind against the wall. So I'll try one more time, and then I might have to move on. Yeah, I think I overshot it a little bit. I think what I'm going to try for is the box in the corner. It has a watch and 3 replaceable wristbands. The box is big and heavy, so I can't expect to win it without assistance. So I put tape on it, and I missed it. So hopefully next time I will be able to grab it by the tape. This one I won at the treasure shop in Kmart, and it had some tape on it that the claw got stuck in, so that I had to, when it got back to the price chute, it didn't fall out, so I had to shake it back and forth. You may have seen that in one of my videos. And it gets stuck here as well, so let's shake it a little bit and see if we can get it to fall out. Alright, got it. Now let's see what's next. Maybe I'm trying for that clock in the corner, but it's a little too far to the left, so I might not be able to reach it. Let me pass on that for now. I will be filling up this machine with plush next time, just so you can see how it does with stuffed animals. It's a little bit more challenging, especially if the stuffed animals are kind of wedged into each other. But again, no different than the Sugarloaf machines. The claw there is pretty weak as well. It is a larger claw, but it's most of the animals that I have are relatively small anyway, so that should work out. But you can see how it works with a pretty weak claw. You basically have to have the animal that you're going for all the way at the top, accessible from all sides, and that sort of thing. I definitely like this crane. Very solid construction, and they are popular and reliable. And I think if you are looking for a claw machine for your own home, this seems like an ideal candidate. It is relatively small, so it's easy to get in to the house and through the stairs or whatever if you need to get it to the basement. Well, looks like we have run out of plays.
Alright guys, as you can see, it's a pretty decent little machine, so if you are looking for a claw machine, I'd suggest a Grayhound, especially if you are tight on space. It's about 78 inches tall, 35 or so, 35 and a half deep, and about 24 and a half inches wide. It's definitely more compact than a lot of the other cranes out there. It's mostly wood, so it's not quite as heavy as some of the metal ones. Although weight is probably pretty comparable. So it just depends on the overall construction of the machine. There's a big drawer on the bottom that can come out to save to lighten it up a little bit when you're moving it around. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I would be more than happy to help. If you have a Grayhound, or if you're looking for a Grayhound, if you found one that something might not be working, I can give you contact information for someone who might be able to help with getting parts or repairs. So those are definitely good things to know as far as when shopping for a crane, because most of you buy some of the older machines, and parts for these can be a little hard to find. So I'll be more than happy to help. If you need me, feel free to let me know. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.